Hey, what's up guys, it's BenBonk, and welcome back to the 36th Slimekeep Devlog. In this devlog, I created a samurai boss for the game. Also, if you're new here, Slimekeep is a fast-paced roguelike where you must kill and capture slimes to stop the corruption that has infected your land. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before getting into creating the samurai boss, I wanted to first work on sound effects for the game, because I think the game has gone long enough without them. But before actually creating these sound effects, I wanted to make a way for me to implement them. I already had a basic audio manager in game, but I spent a few hours modifying the existing one by just adding a few extra features such as fading and crossfading clips. And now we were good on that front, so it was time to actually make sound effects. Now, I already have a small group of composers working on music with the game, but sound effects are another ballgame. I was contemplating between hiring a sound designer to work on Slimekeep or to attempt creating sound effects myself. And eventually, I decided on the latter as I figured it would speed up the process quite a bit, and I also wanted to see what it was like to create sounds myself. So with this decided, I first needed to figure out how to actually make sound effects. And eventually, I stumbled across this video by Jonas Tyroller that was really helpful on how to make sound effects from scratch using Audacity. But I also found a few helpful articles that gave resources for some free sound effect libraries that I could mix in with my workflow. So with a bit of a plan set, I started drafting out a massive list of every possible sound effect that I could think of that I would need in game. I eventually ended up with this list and got to work. I hopped into Audacity, tried making some noises with my microphone that would replicate some of these sound effects needed, and I kind of got some stuff working, but it didn't sound great in my opinion. Maybe the shooting sound effect would work in other types of games, but it just didn't sound right for the 8-bit style of Slimekeep that I was going for. And after trying for a while longer, I couldn't quite get what I was looking for in Audacity from making sound effects by myself, which was probably due to my lack of experience. But then I remembered about SFXR, a really small and simple tool often used to create 8-bit chiptune sound effects for small projects and game jams. I've just really found this tool helpful in the past, so I decided to give it a go for Slimekeep. And shortly after, it made this shoot sound effect that I was pretty happy with. So I settled on using a mix of SFXR and free sound libraries to create the sound effects for Slimekeep. And there's really not much else for me to say. I basically just spent the next week or two grinding out making and implementing sound effects into the game. So after weeks of work, here is a brief clip of what the game sounds like now. It was a massive pain to just figure out all these sound effects that the game needed because there were so many unique ones I wouldn't have thought of initially, but I got the job done, and hey, I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. So that's the new sound effects for you, but let's move on to creating the samurai boss. Now, before I even knew that I was going to be creating a samurai boss, I created this post in my Discord server asking my community if they had any ideas for new bosses in the game, as the game really just needed at least one more to round it out. Eventually, the Shadow Orca came up with this full-blown idea for a samurai boss, which sounded awesome, so I opened up Google Docs and started to draft out a full picture of the boss. I ended up with this, and after that, Equipped Hats in my Discord offered to make a more sort of slimy concept version for the boss. So I agreed of course, and in the meantime started setting up the base of the boss room. But shortly after, Equipped Hats had finished up and made this awesome concept. So I decided to take this concept and threw it into Sprite. I really liked it, but wanted to make a few slight changes to get it to match the rest of the game's style a tad more. So here's what the boss used to look like, and here's what it looked like after my small edits. With this main sprite done, I got straight into animating this boss. I basically imagined him having a few different attacks, many of them utilizing a katana, which was yet to be made. The boss would ideally swing this katana around the room and lunge towards the player, so that was really my main focus for now. After a day or two or so of animating, I ended up with a few animations, which really weren't too much, thankfully, because I figured I could reuse quite a few of the animations for different attacks, which would save a lot of time. First up, we had this basic idle animation where the boss would just bob up and down. Then we had these front and back animations where the boss would move from side to side. It's a bit hard to visualize here, but I plan to use these and combine these for when the boss would swing his katana in certain cases. And finally, we had these lunge animations in 4 different cardinal directions, which I was really happy with. But I would also be really happy with you wishlisting Slimekeep on Steam. It takes 2 seconds to do so, and really helps with the Steam algorithm, so consider clicking the link in the description. Thanks. Anyways, with those animations done, I worked on making a few of these supplemental sprites that the boss would need to carry out his attacks. First, I made this war fan, which will see its use in just a second. I also made this slimy shuriken, which I had plans for the boss to throw in between attacks after reaching a certain phase of the fight. Then we had this knife, which I planned for the samurai to throw, and finally, the essential katana for the boss to carry. Now, about that war fan, my original plan was for the boss to raise it and spawn a bunch of smaller samurai called yurikis to go and attack the player. But then the Shadow Orca instead came up with this idea where these samurai would spawn geishas, or performers and entertainers that originate back to the 17th and 18th century in Japan. The These geishas would dance and spin around the room, damaging the player on contact. The Shadow Orca also made this really neat concept art, and I just really liked the idea overall and how it could kind of implement traditional Japanese culture into the battle. So with that said, I took the concept art and just made a few tweaks and refinements to make the spin animation feel more fluid. And with all that art done, I got to setting up the actual boss in the room, and it would damage the player if they touched it. I then set up another unique feature for this boss that I've yet to mention. And this was that the boss could only be damaged from the back due to all of his armor, which would hopefully create for a unique boss fight. So you can see here that the boss will only take damage if shot from behind. But now we had the basics of the boss set up, so I got to implementing attacks. For the first attack, I wanted to make an array of just smaller sword slices and sweeps for the boss to choose from, so I got to work and made this basic sword sweep attack. The boss just swings his katana either in front of him or behind him. If I'm being honest, this attack really isn't too powerful and that much of a threat towards the player, but I guess I can catch them off guard, and it looks really satisfying in my opinion. Moving on to the next mini katana attack, we had this sword projectile attack for the lack of a better word. Projectiles just fly out in a circle, and the player has to either outrun the wave or weave through it. Then next up, we had what I call the katana lunge, for the lack of a better word again. Essentially, the samurai just quickly dashes in one of 4 directions and swings his sword at the end. It's nothing crazy, but I definitely think this attack rounds out the boss and it's set to give him a bit of movement. And for the final mini katana attack, I made this katana charge attack, which is admittedly quite similar to the previous one shown. Except this time, the samurai holds out his sword beforehand, slowly sweeping at the end. Now with that attack done, that was all the katana sword attacks. Each of them is kind of like their own mini attack under the main katana attack, so I plan to have the boss perform 3 to 4 of these attacks under the main attack. Anyways, with that done, I moved on to creating the samurai's next attack, being knife throws. Basically, the samurai would just throw a set of 5 knives towards the player, take a break, and repeat. I also tried to add a bit of movement predictions to these knife throws, which kind of worked, I think. But I didn't want this attack to be super repetitive and boring, so I added another variation where the boss would throw these sets of 3 knives at once, which made for some kind of interesting gameplay because like this projectile attack, the player has to either outrun these knives or try to weave between them. Now, this was a great start, but I still wasn't completely satisfied with how the knives would just destroy instantly upon hitting a wall. So I coded a system where the knives would instead stick to the walls. Then, once the set of throws was completed, the knives would destroy, which just looked really satisfying in my opinion. So that right there is the knife throw attack for you. Moving on to the next attack, I started working on the geisha/warfan attack. I set up the warfan animation and coded the basic movement system for the geishas, where they would just move in a random diagonal direction every few seconds or so. Now in game, you can see that the boss raises the warfan, and shortly after, 4 geishas emerge from the corners of the room. These geishas will then move around randomly, damaging the player if they touch them. Now, this was a good start, but honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of this random movement system. Oftentimes, the geishas would stack on top of each other, and I just thought it looked really awkward. So as an alternative, I created a system where half or 2 of the geishas would move towards the player's location, while the other 2 will continue to move randomly to add a bit of unpredictability. So now in game, I was much happier with this attack. And yeah, there you go, there were all the core attacks for the boss. But we still weren't done yet. I wanted to spice up the fight after the samurai took enough damage to make it not so repetitive. So remember that shuriken I made earlier? Well, I had plans for once the boss got to a low enough health or reached stage 2 of the fight, the boss would throw these shurikens between every attack, where they would stick to the ground, slowing down the player if stepped on. So I got to work on this idea, and shortly after we had this. The samurai would throw these shurikens that would eventually turn into goop on the floor. Though I didn't actually have the slow effect set up here, so I just added that in and made them disappear after 15 seconds or so. Finally, I set this logic up pretty simply in the code right here, and boom, there we go. But before making the next change for phase 2 of the fight, I kind of realized that having the boss only be able to be damaged from the back was pretty annoying. So I added a hit collider to the front, which just made a lot more sense in the first place due to armor placement and made the boss much more manageable. But don't worry, the boss still can be damaged from the armor on his sides. Anyways, back to phase 2, I also had the idea to make the walls of the boss room shrink in to give the player less space to navigate and to make the fight more difficult overall. But before working on this, I realized that I needed to make the actual wall sprite for this boss beforehand. So I hopped into Sprite and spent the next few hours trying to craft a walls tile map. I tried to use this Japanese wall design as a reference and ended up with this in game, which I think looks okay, but not amazing if I'm being honest. I then proceeded to spend forever trying to figure out how to make this wall shrink transition look good, and ended up with this, where the boss would slam their katana on the ground, the screen would shake, and the walls would just shrink slightly. And with that said, the boss fight was mostly done. I just spent the next few days finalizing things like getting the slime pet to actually attack the boss, making bolts deflect from the samurai's armor, and making this manual sword flip animation that looked sort of weird but also better than previous solution, I guess. Anyways, that right there is the new samurai boss in the game. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, so let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.